Hello guys. Today we're gonna take a look at Halo Wars for the Xbox 360. The thing I bought for it, it doesn't have a manual, and the case is just a blank case with a paper cover on it, so there's not really much to show off with that. Well, let's talk a little bit about this. This game is kind of like it's not. I wouldn't really call it part of like. It's definitely part of the Halo series, but I wouldn't call it like part of the main thing because it's kind of like more of a its own series in essence. So this game came out in 2009. It has 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb with about 1,800 issues or votes. On the Wikipedia reception page, it is a little loud there. I'll have to turn it down a couple clicks. Metacritic gave the 360 version 82 out of 100, the Xbox One re-release 81 out of 100, OneUp.com gave the game a B+, CVG gave the game 7.9 out of 10, Game Informer gave it 9 out of 10, GameSpot gave it 6.5 out of 10, IGN varied, the US version of IGN gave the game 8.4 out of 10, Australia gave it 9 out of 10, and UK gave it 8.2 out of 10, and OXM US gave the game 9 out of 10. UK version. Yeah. It got positive reviews. Critics were split on whether Halo Wars was a successful console translation of the RTS genre. GameSpy argued that as Halo Combat Evolved showed that first-person shooters could work on consoles, Halo Wars works the same way. Team Xbox said that gamers have been waiting a long time for a console RTS to get it right, and Halo Wars did so. Official Xbox magazine credited Ensemble with creating a strategy game that felt absolutely at home on the consoles rather than a poorly shoehorned port of a PC game with clumsy controls. Reviewers generally praised Halo Wars controls. Critics who were less experienced RTS players, such as a guy from Toronto Star, appreciated the streamlined RTS experience. In contrast, critics like the person at GameSpot, the lowest reviews, said that the game lacked the depth necessary to attract more seasoned RTS players. You know what? On this quick side note, I noticed that GameSpot is very harsh on their games compared to everyone else. They judge their games really critically. Almost as bad as maybe as bad as Metacritic. Metacritic, I always found, always judged everything a bit harsh, but GameSpot, man. But anyway, some critics were frustrated by the lack of control features, specifically the ability to create a managed group of units, the lack of hotkeys, the inability to set rally points for different units, and the need to return to the base to adjust production. USA Today said that experts would find the action oversimplified, but that the game is an excellent choice for fans of the Halo universe and players new to real-time strategy. Various places stated that the controls worked well mainly because developers omitted features to make most options quickly available. For example, limiting base construction to select areas made sure players could easily find their buildings. Reviewers considered factions balanced. Eurogamer, though, commented the Covenant was harder to master, especially because the campaign served as a tutorial for UNSC, but no sooner introduction was available for the Covenant. However, he said the two sides were authentically different, each offered its own challenges to players. Some critics, from the Daily Telegraph, wished that the Flood was a playable faction. In contrast, IGN disliked the Flood and appreciated their exclusion. The game's plot was also well received. Reviewers praised the game's cinematics and voice acting. It was said the story was good, but not on par on those of Bungie's Halo games, that most of the characters were stereotypical and somewhat unlikable. Critics noted that for a strategy game, the campaign was rather short, with only 15 missions. A person from Wired completed each in fewer than 40 minutes. Publications judged the multiplayer aspect of the game well. It was noted that although the multiplayer mode added nothing new to RTS games, at the very least it's a solid experience that expands the longevity of Halo Wars. Game Informer wrote that Halo Wars gameplay was better against human players as campaign gimmicks and poor AI was not an issue. The Mirror found fault with the limited variety of game modes. Critics generally agreed that Ensemble recreated the Halo universe aesthetic well. It was knowledge of the game universe could elevate some issues of player ignorance regarding the game's actions. That's what they did. It's not just the game throw seeing a Scarab in action, it's that you understand what Scarab means on the battlefield they wrote. Although the core units meshed well, the inclusion of assembled developed units gave Halo Wars a feeling of a generic science fiction title. While giving the game a mixed review, a person said that the authentic looking units and environments went a long way to integrate the game with the rest of the series. It was commented that the Halo-inspired menu system and Rippy score before the campaign even begins the message clear this is still very much a Halo game. Overall, Halo Wars was just a fitting final game for Ensemble. And the sequel was released in 2017 on the Xbox One, which if I ever do get an Xbox One, I will take a look at it. But let's get going on this thing here. Yeah, this is oh yeah, you can tell, right? So you got campaign, skirmish, tutorial, multiplayer, Halo, timeline options, and extras. Let's take a look at this. Alright, so we got that. Audio, graphics, game. Alright, Halo timeline. What's that? Interesting. Multiplayer. Live system link. Alright, so we want skirmish, I believe. Alright, so I'm not going to do tutorial. I'm just going to go right into it. And see how I do. Now, real-time strategy games, it's kind of like, I believe it's kind of like Age of Empires, which I love. Alright, so let's start here. Alright, base rally point. The units from this base will move to this location when training is complete. Use global rally point to override the behavior. Assault Destruct. Elephant is a unique unit only available to Captain Cutter. It can move around the battlefield and use active deploy. Warhog. Warhog's. Alright, we'll train these. Oh yeah, I'm right at home right now. Oh yeah, this is Age of Empires for me. I automatically know how to handle this game. Oh. Of course, if I'm doing anything wrong, people can just...
Barracks complete.
Shoot. So, how do I get more stuff?
Reactor complete.
Oh shit. That's not good. Come on.
Supply pad complete.
Alright, that's...
Barracks complete.
Flamethrower, ready to burn.
Oh yeah, look at that thing.
Yes, sir. Let's go. On the move. Let's go. Locked and loaded. Standing by.
Sweet.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a sec, let me.
Spartan ready. Where to? Orders. Rolling out. Base under attack.
Shit.
Standing by. Flight thrower ready, sir. Field armory complete. Ready to burn. We're going. Where to?
So they only make one at a time. That's interesting.
I'm on it.
Hold on a sec, guys. Watch working. So let's look at the control diagram. Sub-select units, ability, cancel, attack, select, alerts, bases, armies, powers, company, hero, camera, fast scroll, global, local, okay.
All units. On the way.
Sweet, that helps.
Local units. Sure thing. Flashbang. Research. Going. New blood. Research. On the move.
Okay, you can do that. That's good.
Flamethrower, good to go.
Okay, so I can put something here.
Flamethrower on the ground.
Alright. I may have to save this.
Flamethrower, fueled and ready.
500.
Flamethrower, good to go. Flamethrower on the ground.
Shoot.
Flamethrower,
The enemy is training suicide grunts.
we're going.
Enemy attack incoming to this base.
Local units. Moving out. Green sector. Green. Hoorah.
Local units.
Looks like they're running off.
Local units.
Our enemy is so busy, he's forgotten to train units.
Should build. Should build another warhog. Can I repair these things?
Off. Rolling out.
Should. Need two of those things.
Warthog, good to go.
Should do that.
Orders.
Local units.
Where to? Roger that.
Local units.
Bring in the heat. Sir.
Gunner, research.
Okay, I need to wait a little bit for that. Got some of those, but I need to
I
stack up.
believe the enemy is planning to attack here.
Alright.
Local units. Local units.
Moving up.
Expect them to send a bunch of grunts.
Should stack up on more people.
Enemy engagement.
Jeez.
Watch for enemy
Local
forces
units.
near this base.
Moving up.
Oh, a sec. 350. Close.
The enemy is training hunters.
Fire is lit. Regeneration ready. Healing target.
Base under attack.
Shit.
Local units.
Flamethrower, good to go.
Local units.
Yes, sir.
Enemy engagement.
We're going. Flamethrower on the ground.
Maybe I spent a little too much on buildings before I start off the bat. That was my mistake. I should have just done one of each.
Flamethrower, unit ready.
Local units.
Flamethrower, very good. Flamethrower, good to go.
Local units.
Flamethrower, unit ready.
Yeah, I didn't manage this one well. I spent too much too early. Fortunately, I don't have cash.
Local units.
God, I have units, like, for some reason.
You point, now burn it.
Local units.
Moving. On the way. Come on, can we take a break yet?
Local units.
Bring in the heat.
I'm gonna lose it. Oh well. Man. Just couldn't quite do it. Get it done. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it good here actually. Yeah, that was Halo Wars for the 360. I liked it a lot. It really kind of brought back some nostalgia with me to when I played these kind of games on my PC, like Age of Empires. It's very much like that. A little more streamlined, more simple, but fun. It's a good pick up and play. You know, not anything too complex. You know, you got everything kind of set up with it. I really enjoyed it. I was always looking for games like this on console. They always put them on PC, and they work great on PC, but it's nice to have a console version of it. I know that Age of Empires 2 was ported to the PS2, but for the life of me, I mean, I don't know if it was made for North America regions. It's actually expensive, that version, and I didn't hear the best things about it. Especially when you can get it on Steam for a reasonable price and updated remastered from the series. It kind of makes it hard to be like, oh yeah, let's get the PS2 version, except to just review it, which one day maybe. But yeah, this is really solid. I like it a lot. I think it's definitely something to really get into. Now, granted, I don't know how crazy it can get, and I got a feeling that this is kind of more. I mean, you don't have a lot of options in terms of players, and you don't have a ton of what do you call it? Like campaign, like not campaigns, but groups of people work with. Like in Age of Empires, you have Scottish, English, Mayans, Incas, and so on. In this, you only have like a couple things, you know, and so yeah, this is kind of more of a base pick up and play kind of thing, which is great because you may be in a mood for it, but those kind of things can be awfully investive, and sometimes you just want something you can just play for like a little bit, see how far and how good you can do and whatnot, and I liked it. I thought it was really good, and of course, granted, I only played on one map. There could be other maps that have different sizes and could have more into them. So I don't know. It could be a lot of different things, and I could love to see this as a multiplayer game. I think that could be a whole lot of fun as well. But yeah, overall, I think this is really solid. I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if Xbox One. I'll definitely play on Xbox One or Series X even. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And in case you want to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab on our channel as well, and you can access that through a PC or laptop computer. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.